Many of you guys know me as the tier element duelist, where I put tier in pretty much everything, and I'm just very good at comboing with all the different variations of that deck. However, it's not actually my favorite strategy. My favorite deck, rather, is Thunder Dragons. Specifically Danger Thunder Dragons, but most importantly, it is Thunder Dragons. I love me some Thunder Dragon Colossus, Thunder Dragon Dark, Thunder Dragon Roar, and the whole crew. And like many of you, I am nostalgic of the TOS era, which, if you aren't familiar with the Yu-Gi-Oh slang, that's the 2019 formats where Thunder Dragon, Orcust, Sky Striker, and Salamangreat were the dominant decks. And I myself was a Thunder Dragon duelist, and I got quite a bit of renown as one of the best Thunder Dragon players in the world. Managed to get second place at YCS with Thunder, then second again at Atlanta, and then finally I was the first person to win a YCS with Thunder Dragon in Knoxville that year. There should be no doubt that Thunder Dragon holds a special place in my heart, and I absolutely love it. So I figured that it was a perfect time to revisit it, as recently Thunder Dragon Colossus was released back to 3. And while other elements of the decks have still been hit on the ban list, like Guard Dragon LP or Eclipse Wyvern, the deck is still very cool, and a lot of the old aspects of it are very functional, as well as new tools make new variants of Thunder very possible. So I'm going to be exploring one of the newer ones that I also enjoy a lot, and that is Bestial Thunder Dragon. And I'm going to make that deck meta. Before I show you guys the core cards as well as the deck list, if you're enjoying this series, please consider liking, subscribing, as well as comment down below what decks you want to see in the future. Bestial Thunder is obviously one of my decks, and I know a lot of other people love it too, but what other decks do you guys enjoy? What is your favorite that you want to see me tackle and re-innovate? But with that said, let's take a look at all the Thunder cards. So the first card I'm going to talk about is the card I just mentioned is no longer banned, and that is Thunder Dragon Colossus. This card may look like a fusion monster, but in fact acts more like a Link 1, which we all know is really good, and is a Link 1 with a hell of an effect and a hell of a stat line. With 2600 attack and 2400 defense, it can be fusion summoned using a Thunder Dragon and one Thunder monster, or special summoned by tributing a Thunder effect non-fusion from your field during the turn in which you activated a Thunder monster in your hand. So that means if you've used the OG Thunder Dragon or any other cards in the archetype that activate an effect in hand, which is all of them, then you can summon this card in place of any Thunder on your field like a Link 1. And it's not once per turn, and it's level 8, which means you get rank 8 access incredibly easy, as well as this card has an actual effect. And it's not bad. In fact, it's quite insane. Its effect is cards cannot be added from the main deck to your opponent's hand, except by drawing them. That is a one-sided mistake. No, I'm not saying mistake like a Konami, but mistake the card, which says your opponent can't search. Or if you're an old school player, it's Thunder King Ryo, but only if your opponent. Opponent can't use Reinforcement of the Army. They can't use Snake Eyes Ash. They can't use Bonfire. Can't use Prosperity. They can't do a lot of things. Many decks would just fold to this card alone, even without the rest of the deck doing its thing. This card is insane, and it gets better than that because it also has protection. If it will be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish any Thunder from your grave instead. And they may think, oh, you mean you're running out of resources banishing from grave. Wrong, because Thunder monsters get an effect when they're banished. Let's move on to the OG Thunder Dragon. This is the card that started it all and came all the way back in, I want to say 2002, it's Metal Raiders, I believe. And this one says you can discard it to add up to 2 Thunder Dragon from your deck to your hand, just itself, not any card in the archetype. Obviously, if this was a double Rhoda, it would be beyond broken, but it's still good. As well as this meets the condition of using a Thunder in your hand. And you notice the rest of the Thunders do the same thing. It's also important to filling up the graveyard because, as I said, you have banish effects, and light monsters and dark monsters that have banish effects thrive well with chaos. So providing more light fodder in the graveyard is also really important. Let's talk about some of these cards that get banish effects. First up, we got Thunder Dragon Dark. This one is personally my favorite. It's a quick effect to discard itself to add a Thunder Dragon Dark from deck to your hand. This effect is just worse than the other Thunder Dragons. However, it's a quick effect, which means we can do it on your opponent's turn for deck thinning, or in some niche circumstances, it can shuffle your deck when your opponent was able to rearrange your top cards. But more importantly, if it's sent from the field to the graveyard, or if it's banished, you can add 1 Thunder Dragon card from your deck to your hand. And that is very broad, very good. So yeah, it's solid. You only use 1 effect per turn, and only once that turn you can use both, but that's okay. Now the next card we're going to be using for its banish effect is Thunder Dragon Roar. This one is level 6 and a bit bigger, and this card's hand effect is better than Dark's. It can discard itself to add back one of your banished or in graveyard Thunder Dragon cards. And it could be one of your spells as well, which I'm not going to explain because I don't play any in this deck. However, there are some that are solid. And that's good. It's good for recycling stuff, putting cards back in the graveyard, especially if you've banished them already, so you can recycle your resources very fluidly. Also, if it's banished or sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon from your deck one Thunder Dragon monster in defense mode, goes to your hand in the end phase. So we can get a monster out, and if we use the hand effect this turn, bam, Colossus. Or if you summon a roar and you use the hand effect, bam, Colossus, special from deck, bam, Colossus again. Say I summon the Dark from the deck, bam, Colossus, search. You can see Colossus, 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 Floodgate, Floodgate, Floodgate. We're cooking. And then lastly, for the Thunder Dragon cards, the last one I play, and there are some others, but this is the only one that I play, is Thunder Dragon Hawk. So this one is better for its hand effects, not for its banished effect and graveyard effects. It can discard itself, special one of your Thunder Dragons that is banished or in your graveyard. So this is going to be one of your best activators for using a hand Thunder effect, and the ideal card to search off Thunder Dragon Dark. Furthermore, if it's banished or sent to the field to the graveyard, you can mulligan any number of cards in your hand back in the deck and redraw the same amount. This effect may not seem super important, but it actually is, especially in grind games or breaking through fields when you need to kind of refix things. And keep in mind that Thunder Dragon, like the OG, will add 2 dead cards to your hand. So being able to convert those into a real card is actually useful. So while it may not seem like the most impactful effect, and you are really playing this for the first effect, that mulligan is good. It is not to be understated. And then I lied. I did figure out one of the Thunder card I was playing in here, and that is Thunder Dragon Duo, the in-theme Chaos Monster. And this is a worse Chaos Monster than a lot of the Chaos Dragons that exist. However, because it is the Thunder tag, it can both be searched off Dark as well as recycled off Roar and be converted into a Colossus. It can summon itself by banishing a light and a dark from your graveyard, like every other classical Chaos Monster. And then if a monster effect is used in the hand, it gains 300 attack, whatever. And then when it destroys a monster by battle, you can banish any card from your grave to add any Thunder monster from deck to your hand, which can be good in some grind games. But then also in grind games during your opponent's end phase, you can try one of your banished cards and either put it on the top or bottom of your deck. This can be some key setup as well as recycling, which yes, is not super important, but you have to remember this effect because when you get into these grind games versus trap decks, this is the type of effects that will seal the deal for your opponent. And yeah, those are all the Thunder cards I play. It's very similar sort of lineup to what the Danger Thunder and what the Thunder Dragon decks did. You aren't playing cards like Matrix or Fusion, which are fine cards, but only in a pure Thunder variant. If you want to see me tackle those decks in the future, then let me know, because I'd be happy to play more Thunder on this channel. With that said, let's take a look at the deck list in its whole. Okay, so here's the deck. And it should be relatively self-explanatory in the sense that you play a lot of Bestials, because you get a lot of effects when you get banished, as well as you're filling the grave with lights and darks. And this deck particularly thrives well when there's a format in which Bestials are good, because then your engine and your non-engine kind of collide to make a perfect mix. Because otherwise this deck is a combo deck. And you can see here my number of non-engine is limited. You don't get to play that much. You really need your engine to be potent into fields as well as to build fields. And Thunder does do that for all intents and purposes. There's a lot of emphasis on the Dragon cards here, and despite this deck not playing any Rocket monsters, it can feel sort of similar, with cards like Herratic Seal playing a huge deal. Now, one thing with Herratic Seal that's very important in this deck, but not in others, is it gets its effect special a dragon from the deck anytime it's tributed, not just by its own effect. Which means in this deck, you'll notice we have no normal summons. If we use our normal summon to tribute over a Herratic Seal to summon a Thunder Dragon, we can then special from the deck any dragon monster, setting up some elaborate combo plays that are really strong, letting us end on fields consisting of Colossus, Harbinger, Herratic Seal, Appaloosa, IP, and all that sort. So pretty good. But all right, now that we've gone over the deck list, let's get into some dueling action. Okay, we have lost the roll. Wait, they made me go first? They did make me go first, so presumably a Tempai opponent here. Hand is looking okay. We don't lack real Thunder card. We're lacking real Thunder cards. So we only have Hawk, which, you know, isn't good by itself because we have nothing to revive. And then you can't use the hand effect and yada, 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 yada. It's just overall worse. So I'm going to discard it and try and mulligan it with Black Dragon Collapse Serpent, to be honest. And then we'll kind of reevaluate from there. Ravine is kind of neg as well. It's a card you want to search. You don't really want to just draw it. Obviously, it's not the worst card to have, but okay, resolves. I'm going to grab the Black Dragon here. Those other dragons are very good as well, but hopefully Melody can access them. Let's summon this out. And I'm going to shuffle back every card in my hand, including Maxi. Bestial Baldrake is the worst Bestial to have, so I don't really need it. And Ravine, as I said, not that important, and Maxi is not that good because I want Engine above all else. If this gets stopped, we'll play with pure Bestial Dragon Link. We're not going to play with Thunder cards. Fool us. That doesn't change my decisions. I'm still going to, or maybe I keep the Maxi now. I try to draw a Thunder Dragon card and just make Colossus pass. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm keeping Maxi now. I'm keeping the Maxi. Do I keep the Baldrake too to stay alive? I might. No, I'm gonna return this still because there's so many visuals I can draw, especially off the Maxi. And Baldrake and Clog. I'm gonna keep the Maxi though. So do I give 2 draws to set up what I want to set up? Is a big question. Oh, there's another toggle here, which is very scary. So I get Druis or Mag. I want to say I get Druis Worm to stay alive. Yeah, I'm gonna get Druis Worm to stay alive. I'm not gonna get the Mag for the follow-up because I think if I stay alive, I'm good anyways. So now I'm gonna use Dark, the deck then for 1. And then we'll see. Do I make Colossus? I mean, it could be Ash in his hand. If that's Ash, I'm gonna want to make Colossus is the thing. If I make Colossus for 2 draws, it's probably worth it. It's worth it, I think. All right, so let's set. And this should tell us if it's Imperm in his hand or if it's Ash. Because if it's Ash Blossom, the toggle will still be live. Yeah. If it's Imperm, it would have been dead. So this is why we have to do this, because he does have Ash in his hand, unfortunately. It has been made abundantly clear. And now we'll throw the Colossus on. And yeah, because this is a fusion summon, you can use face down, which is why I did that. So it was all a sort of elaborate check. Attack or defense, does that matter in most matchups? I'm not sure. It's Tempai, which means I should put it in attack. Because then if he wants to attack this with his Bidence, it's going to cost him things. He's going to like have to put it in grave. Okay, and I'm going to call it here. And hopefully this is enough, but obviously it could not be. That doesn't matter because I made Colossus, thankfully. Am I supposed to use Maxi? No, I do not. Okay, so obviously this cannot search. If you change Imperm, then it would, but yeah. You can activate the effect because it's like, can add from the graveyard, but there's nothing there. He'll see when it tries to resolve that. This blocks it. This is cool because now he can't Imperm this. He's going to have Droplet to deal with this. Otherwise, he'll have to get over this the hard way, which is what I'm hoping he has to do. I don't care about losing Libellion. I'm not trying to go a grind game versus Tempai anyways. If it goes to a grind game, I'm dead. So, or if it goes to a grind game, I win. If it doesn't go to a grind game, it's because I'm dead. So the Libellion matters very little. This is like the why the game no work type of meme. Colossus! Oh, I should have Maxied actually. Shit. Because he's going to make Striker SP. Oops. I should have Maxied when I had the chance. Too busy talking shit to Maxi. Oh, they had... Wait. Had Droplet. Okay. Did they think they can go like effect chain Droplet? Lil bro, that doesn't work the way you think it does. Damn. A Tempai is so cancer. But okay, they deserve to lose this. I'm not even that low ranked. Battle phase. Yep, so we'll see if they have Kaiman. This will obviously not have protection because it's dropleted. I could block this with Druid Swarm, but I have no reason to, so. Like, the 400 is not going to be the difference. Main 2, let's see if they make Erratic Seal. And then in the end phase, I'm going to banish the Dark, and I'm going to add Roar, because Hawk's already banished. Yeah. Drop Baldrake, that's pretty good. Yep, so use the Druid. Oh, wait, shit. Main phase. I thought it was end phase. Oops. This is just incorrect, but it's fine. So yeah, search off this. I'm going to get the Dark, as I said. That way, or not the Dark, the Roar, so I can add back the Hawk. And that'll make Colossus once more. Well, obviously, from this point, I should be in the free. There could be another Maxi in theory. That would be a problem. Draw Thunder Dragon. It's not too shabby. Help us deck then. Okay, perfect. Okay. Cool. 1, 2. And I may as well hold this. I don't have to use this yet. I could wait. Special summon, banishing the Dark again. So it's going to let me add another Thunder Dragon. I'm going to add Duo off this so I have a Chaos Monster. Yeah, Duo. I'm going to summon the Duo now. Because I need to banish this Collapse Serpent so that I can put it back with Chaos Space. because then I get to add it off of this. Vanish 1 and vanish 2. Obviously could back the Colossus as well, and then I make 2 Colossus, but that's not really what I need to do here. So yep, let's go back to the black dragon. Yes, put that back. This is Lubellion, it's pretty good. Because now I just sack off this, force this, and then this should be out of options. Magnemite, and you can see here this spirals incredibly fast out of control. Thunder Dragon's one of those decks with incredible amounts of grind game and power, where like when Striker was considered the control deck of the format, I would outgrind Striker, and relatively easily, truthfully, because this deck is really good in grind games. And the Bistrals obviously further that because they're more beaters that obviously recycle, trigger banish effects, and regain is broken. But even just the Thunder cards, very good in grind games. Those in Chaos Dragon 11 years were so good. Yeah, because this just nothing. Forces out so easily. I have 500,000 resources left. Yeah, so you can bounce probably the White Dragon because I don't get to add the black. Rebellion, sure. Soft Stream getting regained, I guess. That makes sense. Okay, Fadra, revive. Again, Roku. Okay. Sure. This doesn't do anything just yet, but I may as well do it because I'm going to have to. There's cards in their grave. Okay. Effects. Now I think I want to go into Atom here. Yeah, Atom seems pretty good. I'm gonna banish from my grave so I can have a dark target in the future. I think Dark Tremor, but I don't think he has Nibiru if this is what he's doing. I mean, he still might, I guess, but if he has Nibiru, I have the 1-level follow-up, and this card's hard to kill through, so I think it's fine. Yeah, I want to go Seyfert here because Seyfert lets me do some crazy stuff as well, where Seyfert can cycle the deck for monsters. So it's gonna get Levianeer here. I'm gonna Seyfert, cycle Rebellion for Levianeer. All right, effects. Attach doesn't matter. Get Seyfert out. Many different options to get. I can get Diablosis or Emperor, but yeah, at this point in the game, it's an easy choice for me. Effect, cycle out the Rebellion. I haven't normal summoned yet either, right? So I could also go Hermetic Seal, tribute over, and special Seyfert from the deck. That was another option. They're all really safe. They may not seem conventional unless you've played this deck before, but part of why this deck is good. Yeah, Levianeer is live immediately, and I'll probably let it rip right now. And he'll have to use this now if he wants to search with it. Not that it does much for him. Just summon it now, or yeah, summon it now, I guess, right? Or I can go into Hermetic Seal, play around Nib, I guess. Yeah, I'll go Hermetic Seal for whatever it's worth. Cool, and also fills the grave a bit better so I can banish more ideal cards. Special summon. I'm gonna banish. Keep the Thundering Grave, I guess. So 1, 2, 3. Atom's a light, so that will meet our conditions. And obviously, this is a bunch of damage already, so I don't need much more to kill. It doesn't matter if he chains, because this will destroy whatever he summons. If he doesn't chain, we'll destroy both. Yeah, I will preface this, or I guess say that I'm supposed to lose this game. Obviously, like Maxi, Fuelos, Droplet, Magnemite, Tempai, like I'm supposed to die. But you can learn about this deck without needing the them to play perfectly. Because in reality, if I didn't show you every game where my opponent didn't play perfectly, then there'd be a lot of games I'd have to just throw away. Yeah. So the biggest thing here is next to go Roar Ad Hoc. Then you can tribute summon over one of your dead monsters like Levianeer that can't attack. for regular Thunder Dragon, make Colossus, then hawk back Roar. And even though there's no Colossus left in my deck, the duo plus the Roar plus the Colossus and plus the white is for sure like 10k. So yeah, no problem there killing. Obviously, we could probably extend past that if we want to, because we haven't even linked off the white to search for black yet. Nor have we gone into rank 8 plays or Romulus plays. Like we can expand upon this in many ways. We could attribute it over the Erratic Seal as well, special from the deck. You know, as I said, many options, but easy lethal lines there. Okay, we have won the roll against, what the hell? That's allowed? You're allowed to have no name? Interesting. It's a Arctic mirror match. This field looks so cool. I don't like buying fields, but I played Sam and he had this field and I loved it. Anyways, this hand, I'm gonna stop prattling on like a twit. I'm gonna alert first to see what I hit, and then I can melody. Obviously, this is bad into Ash, so if I can get a good discard off of the alert, then that would make me feel less bad about this. Okay, draw 2. Yeah, I mean, this right? Is it gonna add it back as well? Yeah. Okay, easy choice. Okay, Thunder Dragon effect. Get rid of 2. Grab 1 and 1 more, and then Melody will get rid of the other one. Okay. Discard. Cool. So that resolved. So that's important, because that would have made my next play a bit awkward. I would have to like tribute something Colossus, like double Colossus pass. Now I get to add this and this. And I'm probably gonna go add back here, and I have the option of making 2 cards in her Erratic and tribute summoning over it, which I might do, to be honest. It doesn't seem that bad. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So this is the play I'm talking about. It is a bit weird into some hand traps, but like it's not vulnerable like completely, because no matter what, I'm gonna have multiple Colossuses plus Maxi at the very least, which is why this feels safe still, even if it feels wasteful from the start. We'll check for a toggle here immediately. This should be an attack mode, I guess, but whatever. Okay, it doesn't look like they have a toggle, so this should be free to go. Okay, summon that. Make Erratic Seal. Cool. Now I'm going to tribute summon over it, and this is why I don't play many normal summons in the deck, because this is a very common play. And I know this seems like next level, wow, but no, I legitimately do this a lot. Like this comes up quite a lot. Because now I get to cycle the Diabolus away for Lupellion, which is going to give me more Bestials, as well as a draw. Yeah, like this is still very, very profitable for me, if that's what you want to call it. Get the mag. Cool. What I want to banish for this, I want to banish the Jewess Worm. Okay. Yeah, the Jewess Worm, right? Cool. Effect to search, so there can be a guy in the end phase. Then a special summon out Rebellion. And then effect, remove a card from his hand as well. I probably should have done this after I got the regained up, because it was weak to Nibiru, because I could trigger it later off of the duo dive tributing for Colossus as well. But anyways, let's just rep a card. So they have to put a card back on top or bottom of their deck, depending on their hand. Okay. Now, what I want to do here is I want to draw, I think. Because I can go... Do I have enough Darks Engrave to go for a Romulus play? Oh, not for a Romulus into Levianeer play. 1, 2. I'm going to draw first and see what happens. Banish 1, banish 2. I want to keep the Mag Engrave, though, and the Diabolus. I don't think I can go for Levianeer. Draw a card with this. If I get, like, Thunder Dragon, Dark, or Roar, that is the only way I think I'll be able to do it. Levianeer play. Draw Hawk. I mean, I don't want to discard this anyways. So, yeah. Let's go into Striker Dragon. I'm gonna remake Erratic Seal. This puts a dark in the grave because you can see on like a little light on darks. And I don't want that to be a problem. Link these off. Yeah, and now I'm going to make Colossus. Okay. I'm going to summon out the Chaos Emperor. I'm going to banish the oh, I have to make Colossus here first. Okay. Colossus here first. And then I can do this now. Yeah, because I don't want to banish either of those lights, obviously. Now I have 2, so Imperm doesn't do much. Let's get rid of the duo. I guess... No, this is better, because I can still summon it back off Hawk. That, and then I'm going to Hawk it back. Hawk Tua! So stupid. But a Thundering Grave, which is nice as well. And then we're just going to make some spell protection here. I'm going to make Harbinger. And yeah, this is the board. It may have looked like my hand, like, you can look at my hand and say, oh, it's like Dragon Link, but without the dragons, therefore, or without the baby dragons and the rockets, whatever, and therefore you can't end on anything. No, look at this. This is a fucking field. This is 2 negates at the Mag Search for Baldrake in the end phase, or Druid Worm. Probably Baldrake is better. Yeah. But double Floodgate, like, I'm big chilling, and I didn't like draw good off of Regained. I drew Hawk. It was it pretty much was a monster, which was like anything could have done that. I banished 6 to draw 2. I think I slurp that up. Slurpy. Okay. Suck it up. So there's 4 cards left. Thunder Colossus, Erratic Seal, Maxi, Baldrake. I got Saferd Engrave as well for Lubellion. Which maybe I'm supposed to use beforehand, but no, I think holding it's fine. Set cards, yeah. I mean, this is like the same thing as playing with Tier. It's one of these very strong combo decks with good grind games, which are some of my favorite decks, because like that means you can not only you're playing combo, but you also get to play grind games. That's the 2 best things about Yu-Gi-Oh! And you're actually good in grind games, unlike some combo decks. Like if I'm playing versus Lab, that's awesome. I can destroy Lab. I feel confident. I don't need to do anything here. I am in the dominant position. So the other reason why I don't want to use Saferd actually is when this card goes to grave, I want to add it back because that combo is broken. I'm just gonna threaten lethal and see what he does because I don't lose to some like cannon card. That's like the only way I lose is to cannon, right? And if it's just lab cards, then I'll just grind them. Even if I can't kill him this turn, I'll rip apart his hand with Diabolus and Levianeer. Like he cannot win a long game. He has to do something like now. Now this is looking like a swift victory here. Yeah, I'm surprised they stuck with it for this long. Oh no, they're gonna try. What do they target? Erratic Seal. I mean, yeah, so they're going to Entis and pop both these. And yes, this... Oh, Malong. Okay. That's probably worse. They get to just make it again. But I'm going to show you guys what I mean by just an incredible amount of grind game here. It's going to just seem so good. Let's go Banish. Let's add back the Emperor. Palpatine, no. Oh, I'm a moron. I'm not going to use that 10 scale. Effect. Grab back the Saferd. We can do it again next turn. Effects. Rip apart a card in the grave. Hit the Malong, I guess. I can revive Lubellion, and that'll trigger... I want to do it now. No, Emperor will cycle back something important from my end. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to go revive the Diabolus, rip a card in their hand again. Effect. Repeat itself. Rip a card. Yep. They have 1 card left. Now we're going to go normal summon. And effect. I'm going to send Lubellion again. This time I'm going to add Levianir. And I have 3 Darks Engrave, right? Yeah, no, I have plenty. Okay, special summon. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Get the last card in their hand. Chainwalk Ash, I guess, because it's free value from them otherwise. Put back the Striker Dragons, can remake it here. Draw. Don't need to chain anything. Obviously, this isn't too helpful here, but it doesn't matter. Like, this is ripping apart piece by piece every card in their existence. Let's go effects. Banish, whatever. Don't. This. Yeah. Chaos Angel, the last card. Summon back out the CED. Make Harbinger. Pass in the same position as last turn, pretty much. But now they have literally nothing. Yeah. And then I'd still have the Sacred Engrave with an Emperor under the XYZ, setting up more follow-up. I still have the Regain, still have the Maxi. Like, very good at maintaining follow-up, this deck, which is really cool. Some of you may disagree, but like that's what people hate about Fiendsmith, is that it feels almost endless. But I like that in the deck. It means where it gives you the option to, you can like play balls to the wall and expend your resources for the sake of comboing. And this deck, like Fiendsmith, can do that. But then you become vulnerable. Like you aren't going infinite anymore. Or you can play and make small minimized combos while maintaining a huge resource game. And this makes timing important. It makes resource management important. And it makes grind games possible. Hopefully you guys catch my drift here. But if I just ruined the video by comparing this to Fiendsmith for you, then I'm sorry. But Fiendsmith are based. You'll see when it comes to Master Duel, and it no longer becomes a price issue, because that is a legitimate complaint that I will not refute. All right. I have lost the role up against Nibiru only, and it looks like I'm playing Tenpai again, because they've made me start. This hand looks pretty good, though. Melody is solid. Obviously, this is really rough into Ash, but if I get Ash, it's, again, a double Colossus angle, so it's not the end of the world. With Maxi, again, very similar. Okay, resolves. Fantastic. Now, what I want off this? Rip a card, and... how many dragons will I have? Well, I have enough for a play in which this is good. It's just these two, I think. Probably still the safest. Okay. A Hawk here. Bring back the Dark. Maxi and Maxi. Yep, that sounds about right. Yep, Tenpai Maxi. So, Cancer. Okay. Let's see. What are our best options here? We're gonna make Colossus. Search for Dark. I'm gonna get Duo here, I think. It doesn't have great follow-up, though, is the problem. I think it's Roar. I have to burn a Bestial for this, but I think that's fine. I'm gonna banish something from the grave, banish the Hawk. That effect. Get back the Hawk. Set it, and then I'm going to summon a Colossus. And the reason I'm doing this is this is going to require me to play Droplet, which not every deck does, or to have multiple Imperms, which for the 2 draws I think is worth it. And then because I've kept the Thunder Dragon cards in grave, this is still going to be killer follow-up. This is going to banish 1, 2, 3, trigger 3 effects, and go from there. Chandra's at 1, so hopefully with no Chandras, they're limited from their plays. Yes, they have a shit ton in hand. I don't know what you want me to do about it. This should hopefully stop them from making impactful plays. But if they have double Imperm, they have double Imperm. Judas Worm. Okay, so that's going to be one way to kind of deal with things. I'm obviously going to Maxi. They target a Bestial, probably. There's no reason to target anything else. Unless they wanted to bluff. Or they have talents. I don't think I have the luxury of playing around talents, though, at this position. Because for me to not play in a talents, I'd also have to not use Maxi. and I can't just not use my Maxi here. I need to try keep him off because like his other play to clear the field is normal summon, make striker, make SP, clear both, and then if he passes back, it gets a bit awkward. Juice is not bad for staying alive. If there's talents here, it's rough, but what you gonna do? Sometimes it's like that. No imperm chain though means he had 0 imperms or 0 he wanted to use. Battle phase. This is perfect. Yeah, this only deals with 1. Oh, you might still actually have imperm with this line. Might have imperm into Kaiman. So I'm not gonna rush to say this is perfect just yet, but this is looking salvageable at the very least. There's 1 gone. Yep, main phase 2. Okay, there we go. Stayed alive. Staying alive. Staying alive. Staying alive. I'm sorry, everybody. Okay. Colossus is a good card. Weird. They set 2 cards, which very conveniently lines up into our Lavinier, and I'm just gonna let it rip. 1, 2, 3. Get 3 effects. Actually, I don't know why I banished the Hawk. I'm gonna have to banish the Hawk, but do I even want to shuffle back anything? Not really. 1. I guess I go Hawk and then I search whatever I search. I just put back 2 and then 3. I love this channeling 4. It's so good. So let's grab deck to hand. Whatever one of these. Special one of these. Put this back. I'll put back the Juice Worm as well, actually. You know what? There's just so many better cards I could draw. I'm just going to draw 3 cards. I think draw 3 or 4. There's 3. Yeah, it's just better. Destroy 1. Destroy 2. Assuming they know imperms evenly matched. Nice. Wait. Is this not Tenpai? I don't get it. Yeah, they're very, very, very dead in this position. They might have Bestials in hand, so I'm not gonna, you know, brush this too quickly. Like, to at least put in the effort of finishing this off. So I'm gonna access the Emperor now. Emperor back the Baldrake, so that way I can lure safely. I don't want to banish this. This card's really good in grind games. Or like these weird simplified game states. Lure. Hopefully I draw Thunder cards, I guess. No, but this is still really good. Yeah, like I don't mind banishing that again. Now I trade off for a Lupelian. I get Magnamut. They have a Dark Engrave with Juice Worm. Okay, I'm not going to revive that with Dark Charmer. Get Mag. What do I want to do link-wise here? Striker Dragon's fine, just to fill the graveyard a bit. I mean, this makes space. Or is this just Thread and Lethal? Oh, this is still better. Do this now. They might be hiding their toggles, which is why I'm not rushing too fast, but yeah. Okay, there was a toggle there. Perfect. Good to have that up now as well. Not that I have a Bestial Engrave, but still just a good card to have. Let's make Appaloosa. Because there is a monster in his hand, and this is pretty safe. I don't get the rip, I don't get a rank 8, but that's okay. Don't really need it. Special summon up this dude out now. Don't need this. I don't need a Dark Striker Dragon, probably. Put it back in my deck. Oh, I should back the Colossus, actually. I'll use Magnamut on Colossus, then regained it. And then Colossus. 1, 2. Target Colossus. Mag effects. Yeah, this is super simple. And yeah, nothing else to do. Battle phase. It looks like they have nothing, but yeah. Okay. Nibiru only. Did you have Nibiru in hand? Nibiru only? Who's to say? Okay, so that was Bestial Thunder Dragon. I guess we played versus 2 Tempais and went first the other game. So it wasn't much of an interesting set of matches. Sometimes combo decks can be like that. But even if you didn't get to see me like interact with my opponent that much, because it really wasn't that much of it. I get the idea of how this deck functions, how it combos. It is pretty good. Also, a deck I play a lot on my streams. So if you look at any of my stream VODs from any bit ago, there's a good chance that I'm playing this or tier. Because again, these look some of my favorite decks. And even future streams, good chance where if I'm feeling bored, this is a deck I whip up. It's a lot of fun, and you know, maybe may take changes from format to format, but it's good. Like, even if it's not tier 1 best deck level, it's not bad. It can hold its own versus all the meta decks. You saw, I don't actually know if it was 2 Tempai, but those Tempai matches, you can see where I'm favored there. It's not like it's a perfect matchup, but despite Maxis, despite Tempai being Tempai, this deck doesn't auto lose, and having that aspect and element in the deck is incredibly important. So, let me know what you guys think, and we should bring this deck back in a not Tempai format, so maybe I get some more interactive games, as well as if you want to see other variants of Thunder Dragon. With that said, guys, I'll see you all later.